Alpha23. I'm so excited to have this discussion with you. The first thing I want to ask you, though, is how did you actually get started in the music business?
My first actual foot in the music business was as an intern in college. So that would be the actual business part of the music. And so I was an intern in the music video department at a major label.
Tell me a little bit about your experience there and if that really sort of, started the foundation of you getting into the music industry.
It didn't necessarily create the foundation for me to get into the music industry, primarily because I was already writing as an artist. And so I was already looking at the industry and, doing showcases and things like that. But what it did give me an opportunity to do was learn some of the inner workings of how the business worked, and also see major artists operate and see how the operation worked. Because, a lot of people who have not had the privilege of either working, being signed to, or being part of a major label don't know exactly what kind of a machine it is. And so being able to see that machine gave me an opportunity to say that I did not want to be part of the machine, and in fact to focus on being an independent artist.
We can't deny that Atlanta has really sort of taken over the entertainment, media, music, you name it. How has that inspired you and influenced your career? Especially when you think about in Atlanta, there are so many iconic rappers and legends, from Outkast to Goody Mob to Ti. How do you draw inspiration from your own city?
Atlanta is one of those towns that when you think about where hip hop is today, the influence from artists like Outkast, Ti, you can feel it and see it. And I do draw a lot of inspiration from those artists. The one thing that I would say more so than Ti, Outkast brought to the table, and more so than even Big Boy, who was the one half, Andre 3000 was really versatile. He had the ability to rap and sing. And so that's something that I've modeled myself after. And so it is a direct correlation to the versatility. And I think that's one thing that a lot of Atlanta artists do bring to the table. You listen to Lil Baby and artists, even a new wave of artists, they are not just rappers. They actually have more of a harmonious sound. And I think that that's what, gospel and the Southern condition has really influenced Southern hip hop. And so I think that it goes back even further than the artists and the rappers, but really gets to the roots of the type of music that, people in the South listen to.
Now, when I listen to your music, it doesn't sound like you're from the South. What
Mm-hmm.
makes you different from the typical Southern rapper?
Well, part of the reason I don't sound like that is because I have lived in other places, even though Atlanta is where I was raised. I was not born in Atlanta. I was born in New York. And so that influence already exists. And I came to Atlanta when I was in high school. So there was already an embedded, I guess, if you will, culture piece, right? And so that has certainly been part of what influences my sound and my style. I think what I get from Atlanta in terms of the addition to my music, certainly at times when I rap certain songs, my accent and the way I cut words can certainly come off as Atlanta, but really the melody, and then really speaking about things that are local to the Atlanta area. And I got some music that hasn't even been released that is really a love letter to Atlanta, because it certainly has had an oversized influence on the way I perform in my art.
Obviously, you have Atlanta running through your blood, but
Right.
you're from New York originally. So tell me what artists or rappers that you draw inspiration from out of New York.
Certainly Biggie is one of those artists that his music was extremely influential. I think that his storytelling ability was something that I really gravitated towards. Jay-Z goes without saying. I mean, he just had everything from the swag to the subject matter to teaching, being a leader and all of that. And so I find a great deal of inspiration in that. And then artists like Lauryn Hill and Nicki Minaj, and both of them are very influential, because Lauryn Hill, obviously singer and rapper, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, but then also Nicki Minaj had some of that same ability to rap and sing. And so I take a lot of inspiration because I'm a very versatile artist. It's really hard to nail down one sound for me. You won't be able to, because I have so many different sounds, even that which hasn't been released yet. And so those artists give me, I guess you would say, the runway to feel like I can be diverse in my style. So it's certainly influential just in there looking at the way to go about business.
What's the goal for you when it comes to your music?
I've already been independently successful in corporate America, and outside of corporate America, promoting and running a business, doing things in the music industry anyway. For me at this point, is taking it and flipping it to a different direction, which is to essentially, as an artist, I'm not 22 years old anymore, so it's not like I'm sitting around like, yeah. That's not motivational to me. I want to put out music and enjoy the process, because I love the art. And it's something that if I had an unlimited sum of money tomorrow, what would I do? Make music. And so That does not change at all. And so make music and then bring other artists in. And the reason I say it in that way is because the music game has changed tremendously. And I think that there are a lot of different avenues and routes to get things done. And so when you think about like a Master P and Puffy and how they were able to take the CD era of music and really come in and change things, and you suddenly got the mixtape era of music and all those things that came from that, I look to do the same thing in the streaming era of music. Whatever that looks like and how it unfolds is going to continue to evolve because music itself is evolving at such a rapid pace.
Now, when you're in the booth and you're putting down lyrics to a song, where are you drawing the energy from? Where are you drawing? What experiences in your life or people in your life influence the kind of music that you talk about?
That's a multi-layer question. At the most basic and personal level, I'm writing about personal experience. Literally songs like today I did a song. I literally rushed here and got here an hour before the interview because I was in the studio. And one of the reasons it took a very, very long time, longer than my session was supposed to be, because I planned on having everything done by 3, but didn't get out of there until about 6, is because I was doing a song that was very personal to me. And so when I write songs that are very personal to me, then I'm writing about direct experience and just writing from memory. The next layer would be writing about things that I've seen or been witness to, but that didn't necessarily directly impact me, right? And then the next layer is writing about topics and subjects that I may find interesting. So, if, for example, I talk about the Chauvin case, or if I will write about, Floyd, or having a song about the Black Lives Matter movement, which I do, that's not necessarily something that I have a family member who is impacted by it, but to be able to look at it and speak on the topic is something real. And so those are kind of like the 3 layers of which I operate. But I'll say at a spiritual level, I don't think anyone writes music because it's not like anyone ever invented a word. Really, what I feel like you are is an individual conduit, and you just kind of, your life experiences allow you to tap into certain things. The way you see the world, the way you perceive things allows you to have access to certain things, and it shapes your perception and how you do write. So a lot of times I just get the beat and just open up my mind and let it take me where it's at.
What would you say you've learned about the music industry that you didn't know before and you didn't realize it was that hard to do?
Nothing, because I knew it was hard. I already knew coming into it because I've been on the business side of the business. I already knew it was hard. And I think that there's this misconception amongst the general generation today. If you do a couple of TikTok dances and wave your arms, you're going to go platinum and have a single and be the next most famous person. And the reality is a number of people who achieve that level of status is one in that million. And so the business of music, the most difficult part is the marketing and promotion side. Some people would say the artistic side, the actual creating of the product. But my thing is just like, if you open a bakery and no one likes the bread, then you probably should rethink your plan. So if you've already gotten past the roadblock of making quality music, then the next thing that you're going to get smacked by is the inevitable and overwhelming cost to promote yourself. Um, and that's why artists like DDG and other artists who already had a huge following bring that following into hip hop and do well. Because the hardest thing is to get a million people to give a damn about anything.
So, what would you say makes you unique?
What I've got in the lab, or me and my boy D are cooking up, I haven't even put any of my best music out. We got some stuff that's just ferocious, and I'm gonna start putting out a lot of my good music here coming into the summer. My next tape that drops, Big Ups Packlandia, 3 songs. The first song in there, Hallucinations, is gonna be my lead single, followed by Homie, Focus on Yourself, Homie, F.O.Y.H. And then the third song is Mint Juleps, and that song is crazy. So yeah, I got some crazy stuff coming.
You got a single out right now called A23, right?
Yep.
Tell us about this single. Where can people find it? I mean, tell us everything. Where can we find your music?
So to find Alpha23, first of all, on social media, Instagram, I'm simply underscore alpha. So SIMPLY_alpha, ALPHA. On Twitter, same handle, except for added 23 at the end. Unfortunately, Simply Alpha was taken already. So added 23 at the end. But on pretty much every platform, I'm Alpha23. I have really, really good metadata, so it's really hard not to find me. It's a point now where you just Google me, Alpha23, just put the 2 and the 3 together with the alpha, and you're going to be able to find me. I got a wealth of music on YouTube, got a really nice YouTube channel, got a website. My website I'm really proud of, and that's www theonlyalpha.com, TheOnlyAlpha.com. And that's really like a central repository of all of my stuff. You got my press on there, you got music, gallery. Alpha23, the song is on YouTube right now, streaming. A23, excuse me, the song is on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, you name it. It's all over the place.
All right. Well, I hope that, we see more of your music coming out. I mean, you said you got a lot of hot stuff that is coming our way. We cannot wait to hear it. Thank you so much for speaking with us here on Pressful.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Pressful. It's so easy, as it should be.